Imagine you woke up tomorrow and all your money was gone. How would you feel? Panic? Despair? Fear? Now imagine the opposite. You become rich overnight. How do you keep that sudden wealth from controlling you, from making you anxious, greedy, or fearful of losing it? In both scenarios, the ancient Stoics would give the same advice. Master your mindset, and you'll master your money. In this video, we'll explore how Stoic philosophy, wisdom from over 2,000 years ago, can help you build wealth and inner peace at the same time. We'll learn to see money as a useful tool rather than a source of identity, and we'll practice proven Stoic techniques to stay calm, rational, and in control of our finances. By the end, you'll know how to pursue prosperity without letting money run your life. Money as a tool, not your identity. One of the core Stoic ideas is distinguishing what you have from who you are. Money is something you have. It's a resource, a tool. It's not who you are. If you tie your identity and self-worth to your bank balance, you're giving money power over your emotions. Stoics taught that external things like wealth are indifferents. They aren't inherently good or bad. They don't determine your character. In fact, they called wealth a preferred indifferent. That means it's generally preferable to have money than not, just as health is preferable to sickness, but it's indifferent to your true happiness and virtue. In other words, money is useful, but it doesn't make you a better or worse person by itself. Think about it. If you consider money part of your identity, any financial setback can crush your self-esteem, and any gain might dangerously inflate your ego. You start riding a roller coaster of emotions tied to the markets, the economy, or your job. Stoicism offers an antidote. See money as a means to an end, not the end itself. Your self-worth comes from your values, your efforts, and how you treat others, things you fully control, not from a number in an account. The Stoic philosopher Seneca observed that having little money doesn't automatically make someone wise or at peace, just as having a lot doesn't automatically make someone greedy. He noted that someone could be a billionaire flying on a private jet, yet remain totally calm and indifferent to wealth, while another person with very little might still grind their teeth in envy and obsession. It's not the money itself that causes our emotional turmoil. It's our attachment and beliefs about money. If you see money as the scorecard of your worth or source of security, you'll live in fear and craving. But if you see it as a tool, useful for living a good life, but not the point of life, you gain freedom. As Seneca put it, the simple life is not a matter of externals. It's about what's going on inside. It's not about having no money, but about needing no money, eliminating the angst, insecurity, and greed that often come with wealth. Mastering control. Stay calm amid financial storms. Stoicism is famous for the idea of focusing on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. This is called the dichotomy of control, and it's pure gold for handling financial stress. In the world of money, there are so many things outside our control. Stock market fluctuations, global economies, interest rates, even whether a company succeeds or fails. If you obsess over these uncontrollable externals, you'll be in a constant state of anxiety. Stoics would say, focus on what you can control, your own decisions, reactions, and habits. What does that look like practically? Let's say the market crashes or the economy enters a recession. A non-Stoic approach might be panic, constantly checking your portfolio, freaking out about losing money, maybe selling everything in fear. The Stoic approach is different. First, remind yourself that market ups and downs are not within your control. What is within your control is how you respond. You can choose to stay calm, stick to your long-term strategy, or even see it as an opportunity to buy investments at a discount if you're financially able. By focusing on your own plan and behavior, which you control, and accepting that you can't single-handedly change the economy, you save yourself a ton of emotional pain. How often do we worry about things outside our control? What others think of us? How the world will respond to our actions or circumstances that we can't change? Stoicism teaches us to release that burden. Marcus wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. You cannot control the actions of others, the weather, or the future, but you can control your attitude and your response to any situation. Recognizing this gives you the freedom to act without fear of external forces, knowing that the most important thing is how you choose to think and behave. The impermanence of life. Embrace mortality to live fully." Marcus Aurelius lived in constant awareness of the transience of life. The Stoics were deeply aware of death, not as something to fear, but as a natural and inevitable part of existence. In fact, embracing the reality of death is one of the most powerful teachings in Stoicism. Marcus would often remind himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." By keeping death in mind, we're reminded that our time is limited. We are often consumed with trivial concerns, distractions, and things that don't truly matter. But when you truly embrace the idea that life could end at any moment, you naturally begin to prioritize what really counts: love, virtue, integrity, and doing good in the world. Marcus didn't let his awareness of death make him anxious. Instead, it made him focused. "Life is very short," he wrote, "and yet people are always running after things that will not bring them any true joy. Why waste time on things that don't matter? Virtue is the only true good." Marcus Aurelius' Stoic philosophy centered on the idea that the only true good is virtue. Power, wealth, and fame are fleeting and ultimately hollow. It is our character, our integrity, and our ability to act justly, courageously, and wisely that constitute real value. No matter what happens in the external world, your virtue, your inner strength, and moral compass remains yours. Marcus wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and the quality of your thoughts depends on the virtues you cultivate: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance." The Stoics were all about mastering their inner world. They knew that the true measure of a life well lived is not in external achievements, but in living according to the highest moral standards, regardless of external circumstances. Live with purpose. The art of being present. Another essential Stoic teaching is the idea of living with purpose. Marcus Aurelius didn't simply exist. He knew he was put on this earth for a reason: to serve and to do good. His role as emperor was important, but so was his role as a human being, living a virtuous life, improving himself, and contributing to the world. The question for you today is, what is your purpose? It doesn't matter if you're not emperor of Rome. Your life is still incredibly meaningful. Like Marcus, you have an opportunity to serve, to improve, and to live a life that leaves a positive impact. Live with intention, because every moment matters. You're not dead yet, and that's a gift.